Hello my dear students, welcome to IMS GATE Academy. I hope you are enjoying the foundation course on geotechnical engineering. My sincere request to all of you my dear students, if you are preparing for GATE exam, this foundation course not only for civil engineering, for all the branches to refine your basics, definitely these sessions will help you. My dear students, if you see the GATE question papers, based on the foundation basic principles of any engineering, it can be civil, electrical or mechanical or electronics or computer science, my dear students, always competitive exam they are looking for the basics. Very good morning Srujana, very good morning. I hope you are attending the classes regularly. That is a very good sign from you, and you can share these sessions to all of your friends. And one more thing my dear students, just now I got an idea that after seeing this foundation course, some of the students who have been selected in GATE 23 with a valid GATE score, they are trying to attend the interview for NITs and IITs. As part of this activity, we are coming with a video with which are the common questions asked in the GATE exam, in the GATE interview. Suppose in IIT Bombay there is an interview for geotechnical. What are the common questions? If you are attending mechanical, if you are talking about thermal engineering, what are the common questions? If you see as a broader picture, this will help you a lot, my dear students. The only help you can do is just share this session, and I promise you students, if you are watching the IMS YouTube channel, definitely this foundation course, when you are writing the GATE exam on GATE 24, you will remember that IMS channel has helped me a lot to secure a better GATE score. Sorry, don't be delay students, just share this session. Okay, now let us start the today's session without wasting the time. So my dear students, we have studied soil classification. Why do you want to study soil classification, my dear students? See, to understand the properties of the soil, we have soil classification. So we have two parts here. One is the fine grain and another one is the coarse grain. To understand the properties of the fine grain and coarse grain, there is a lot of variancy. So for that, you need to classify the soil. So we have studied soil classification to understand the property according to the engineering application, my dear students. So as I told you quickly, I'll give you the summary part before I was moving into the problematic. So what is a soil classification? So my dear students, we have classified the soil based on the size of the particle. If it is less than, suppose if a soil is said to be fine grain, if more than 50% is passing through 75 micron. A soil is said to be coarse grain if more than 50% is retained on 75 micron, students. So this is how we classify the fine grain and coarse grain. And remember my dear students, American Association State Highways, transport officials, Public Road Administration, Highway Research Board, they want to identify the soil which is suitable for pavement. So they classified the soil into 7 groups. They have given the names as A1, A2 up to A7, and black cotton soil fall under A7 group. So here please note down this point, student. Smaller the number, better is the soil for pavement. There comes another point called group index. Why I am going very fastly, students? Because this session was covered in the previous, but to solve the problems you should have an idea. So I am quickly revising the topics which are required for the problem solving. So group index is used to indicate the quality of the soil within the same group. Here also group index varies between 0 to 20. Smaller the group index, better is the soil for pavement. In group index, my dear students, it is based on how much soil is passing through 75 micron, liquid limit and plastic limit. When you talk about a unified soil classification system, it is discovered by CAS graders on the basis of grain size distribution or particle size distribution or you can say plasticity characteristics or compressibility characteristics, we have classified the soil. And Indian standard soil classification system is derived from the unified soil classification system. And plasticity chart is very important, student. The equation of A line is given IP is equal to 0.73 into WL minus W20. So let us start the problem. I hope you are really excited to solve the problems after knowing the concept. So let us try this problem, my dear students. So here, thank you, sir, thank you. Data from a sieve, thank you, Pragna. Data from a sieve analysis is conducted on a given soil sample showed that 70% of the particle is passing through 75 micron. The liquid limit and plastic limit of the finer action was found to be 42 percentile and 32 percentile. See, my dear students, whenever you are talking about the gate problem, it's my sincere request, you have to give some time to read the question. So when you start reading the question in a very appropriate way, definitely you will have 30% of the solution. So here, my dear students, they have given, if you see here, when I start the solution here, they have given the liquid limit is 42 percentile and plastic limit is 30 percentile. And these are simple things. Suppose by mistake, my dear students, some people will take plastic limit as 42 and liquid limit as 30. That is absolutely wrong. Why? Because as a common thing from the plasticity chart, everyone knows that liquid limit is always greater than plastic limit. So we can avoid that mistake. If you take the values wrong also, you can avoid that mistake saying that liquid limit is always greater than plastic limit. Now see, students, here we have, what are the options given? We have the options, I'll show you, students. We have one option is SC, MI, CH and MH. Now let us see how do we calculate IP, my dear students. Here liquid limit is given as how much? 42 percentile. Plastic limit is given as how much, my dear students? It is 30 percentile. Okay. So yesterday I have told you, Srujana, have you tried this problem, Amma? Now from this, what is IP? IP is nothing but the plasticity index. So IP is equal to WL minus WP. That is equal to 42 minus 30 percentile. So here we write this as 12 percentile. So what is the value of plasticity index? It is given, you have calculated it as 12 percentile. Now we will calculate the A line location. Suppose from the equation of A line, my dear students, if you see from the equation of A line, okay, what is A line equation? IP is equal to 0.73 into liquid limit minus 20 percentile. Am I correct, my dear students? You have to remember this equation. IP is equal to 0.73 into liquid limit minus 20. So you can write it here as 0.73 into 42 minus 20. Can anyone tell me what is this value? What is this value, Amma? So 0.73 into 20. What is the value of 0.73 into 20, my dear student? Sorry, not 20, it is 22, sorry. What is the value, my dear students? Anyone? Surujana? Very good, very good. The value here is 16.06. So, when you see the plasticity chart, the A line is at where? 16.06. And where is the plasticity index? Plasticity index value is 12. So, 12 is below A line. So, below A line means it can be silt or it can be organic. Okay. Now, see what is the liquid limit given, student? Liquid limit is 42 percentile. So, the value of liquid limit is between 35 to 50. So, I will write this answer as MI. So, is there any option MI, my dear students? So, we have an option MI. So, the answer is B. Agree, Srujana? So, here, my dear students, you should first understand, here what I would like to tell you is, you should understand the location of A line. A line is located at 16.06 and whatever the value you got, it is below the A line. So the answer can be silt or organic soil, but in the options, it was clearly given the option as silt. So MI is the correct answer. Very good, very good. Now we have another beautiful question, my dear students. What is the beautiful question here is, a sieve analysis on a dry sample of mass. What is the mass, my dear students? On a dry soil sample of mass, 1000 grams, showed that, see my dear student, this is very, very important problem, and these type of problems can be asked in the GATE exam. So out of 1000 grams, see students, 850 grams and 250 grams was passing through, see, was passing through 4.75 mm and 0.075 mm respectively. The liquid limit and plastic limit of the soil passing through 425 micron is 42% and 20 percentile. Now this is a very beautiful question, student. So here see, we have total weight is how much? Total weight is 1000 grams. What is the question? They have given total weight as 1000 grams. Now see students, I will draw a sieve here. I am drawing a sieve. Okay. Here the sieve size is 4.75 mm. And here we have is 75 micron. Agree? Now see students, they have clearly told, Srujana, see, out of 1000 grams, 850 grams was passing here. It was passing through 4.75 sieve. So how much is retained? This is passing. I will show passing by P. So how much is retained on 4.75 mm? So this will be equal to 1000 minus 850. So 150 grams was retained on 4.75 mm sieve. Yes or no? Out of 1000 grams, 850 grams was passing here. So what is the value which is retained here? 150 is the retained. Now out of this 850 grams, 250 grams is passing through 75 micron. 250 grams is passing through 75 micron. So here the passing is how much? 250 grams. Now what is the, how much grams is retained between these two? So here the retained is 850 minus 250, that will be equal to 600 grams. Okay. See students, I am clearly telling you, there is a sieve, in that sieve 4.75 mm, 850 grams was passing here. Okay, so 150 is retained here. This is the retained value and this is the passing value. And in this passing, out of 850, if you take again 75 micron, 250 is passing. So what will be the retained value in between these two is 600 grams. Remember very, very important point, Surajana. My dear students, what is the important point I would like to tell you is, when you are classifying the soil, please keep a note of one important thing. What is the important thing is, you should understand that weight or weight composition, how much is present, how much amount of gravel, how much amount of soil, sand, how much amount of clay. First priority should be given to the composition of the soil. Are you getting, my dear students? Srujana, is it clear? The first priority should be given to the composition, my dear students. So here, if you see, 600 grams is retained between 4.75 and how much, sir? 75 micron. So what is this soil? What is this soil, sir? This soil is nothing but sand. So based on the sieve, We have fixed it is sand. But now tell me, here we also have 250 grams of, either it can be silt or clay. How to find out whether it is a clay or a silt? So he has given, what is the liquid limit, sir? The liquid limit is given as 42 percentile, and the liquid limit is given as how much? 42 percentile, and the plastic limit is given as how much, student? 20 percentile. So if I do this, what is the plasticity index? IP is equal to liquid limit minus plastic limit. So what is the liquid limit value given in the problem? It is 42, my dear students. So here you can write 42 minus, what is the plasticity index? It is 20. So this will give you 22 percentile. So the plasticity index value is how much, sir? It is 22. Very good, Surajra, very good. Now from the A-line equation, if you consider the A-line equation, A-line equation is given by the formula IP is equal to 0.73 into liquid limit minus 20. Absolutely correct or wrong? So here, my dear students, if I have taken, liquid limit is 42, and if you solve this, you will get a value of 16.06, which we have done in the earlier problem. Agree? Now see, students, if I draw the plasticity chart, the A line is located at, here is the A line, it is located at 16.06, and your 22 is above A line. When it is above A line, you can say it is clay. So if you see the composition here, students, it is sand, and from this we have got as clay. So what will be the answer? The answer will be clayey sand, because sand composition is more than clay. So what is the type of the soil? What is the answer we got? The answer here is clayey sand, and here you can write it as the option as what? SC. So the first option, SC, is correct. So my dear students, whenever this kind of question is asked, first please write a note, everyone, my dear students. Whenever you are classifying the soil, the first priority should be given to the composition of the soil. If you see here, there is gravel, clay, silt and sand. But out of all these four, there is a soil which is between 4.75 to 75 micron. That soil we call it as what, my dear students? We call that soil as sand. So in sand, my dear students, almost 60% was retained. So first of all, it is which type of soil is? It is sand. And based on the liquid limit and plastic limit, we are going to say that the soil is clay. So as the sand composition is more than clay, we call that soil as clayey sand. And remember, as I told you so many times, in soil classifications, there can be one or two answers. So you should be very careful. So see, students, if some people might ask me, sir, how do you know it is sand? Sir, without knowing this chart, I have told you in the previous sessions. See, students, if it is 2 micron, below 2 micron, we call it as clay. 2 micron to 75 micron, we call it as sand. And if you see 75 micron to 4.75 mm, we call it as, here it is clay. Clay. 2 micron to 75 micron, it is silt. 75 micron to 4.75 mm, sand. And 4.75 to 80 mm, it is gravel. And more than 80 mm, it is cobble. And if we consider more than 300 mm, it is boulder. It is what, my dear students? It is boulder. So here please see, this is boulder, this is cobble, this is gravel, sand and silt. So here what I would like to tell you, my dear students, Based on the size also you should, if you don't know this table, in this question, if you don't know what is between 75 micron and 4.75 is sand, if you don't know this logic, you cannot solve the problem. Agree, Srujana? Is this problem clear to you? Can you quickly respond in the chat box? Okay. Now see, we have the next question here is the laboratory tests. The laboratory tests of a soil sample are given below. Percentage of soil finer than 4.75 mm. Now, my dear students, you will ask me, sir, what is the word finer? Sir, when they told you finer means, it is nothing but passing. When they use the word finer means, you can write, you should not confuse what is finer means. It is nothing but the amount of passing of the soil. How much soil is passing, that is nothing but the finer. Agree, students? So here, the percentage finer is how much, sir? For 75 micron, it is how much? It is 30. Now see, you can write here, if I take 4.75 mm sieve, okay. If you take total is 100 percentile, here how much it is passing, sir? 60% is passing. And here you have 75 micron. So if it is 60% passing, how much it will be retained? 40% will be retained. R denotes retained and P denotes passing. Out of 60%, again, in 75 micron, there is 30% passing. So what is the retained value here is 60 minus 30. So the retained value here is 30 percentile. The retained value is how much, sir? 30 percentile, and this is 30 percentile passing. Agree, students? So here what I would like to tell you is, on 4.75 mm sieve, 40% is soil is retained, and 4.75 and 75 micron, you can say that 30% is retained, and out of 75 micron, 30% is passing. Now tell me, sir, which composition is more? 40 is more, right? 40, 30, 30. So which composition is more, my dear students? You can clearly say that gravel composition is more. Because see from this, here gravel is how much? From the diagram, it is 40 percentile, assume, and sand is 30 percentile. And if you talk about clay and silt, it is almost 30 percentile. So here, which is the most highest way composition? Which is the highest composition, my dear students? The highest composition is nothing but the gravel. So here, first thing, we are coming to a conclusion that it should be gravel. Because 40% is what? Gravel. Agree, students? Now, they have given you the liquid limit, that is 35%, and plastic limit is 27%. So let us see. Liquid limit is given as how much? 35 percentile, and plastic limit is given as 27 percentile. When I talk about plasticity index, it is IP is equal to 35 minus 27, that will be equal to 8 percentile. What is the value of IP, my dear students? Very good, Srujana, very good. So IP is 8 percentile here. Now, if you see the equation of A line, my dear students, if you see the equation of A line, my dear students, here IP is given, the A line equation, IP is given as, IP is equal to 0.73 into liquid limit minus 20 percentile. So here you can write it as 0.73 into 35 minus 20. So it will be 15. My dear students, what is the value, sir? 7.3 plus 3.65. Very good answer, Srujana. Very good. So it is equal to 10.95. Okay. Now see, students, we have the A line is where? The A line is at 10.95. 10.95 is the A line. And what is the value you got? 8 percentile. So it is below. 8 is below. Below A line means it is what, sir? Below A line means it is nothing but silt. So silty gravel. The answer is what? The answer here is silty gravel. So this is a GATE question, Amma. This is a GATE 2009 question, my dear students. If you see here, what is the answer here is silty gravel. So the first option is correct. Here we have option A, which is correct. Clear, my dear student? Is there any doubts in this? Great, great. Students, if you are really liking this session, please share this session. And not only my session, students, we are coming live every day on the YouTube session on the foundation course. We are into the electronics engineering, we are into electrical, we are also doing the mechanical, computer science. So if you are in your college, if you are having friends who are really interested for GATE exam, just share the foundation course. Because my dear students, whenever you want to have an interest on a particular subject, first of all, your basics should be strong. So today I have seen one Quora also. In Quora, one of the student has posted that while he has got into an admission, he has already placed. Suppose he has given clearly one statement that I have been placed in one of the company and my joining was in June. But suddenly due to the ongoing recession, his joining was postponed to next year January. So in this meantime, just before 1 month, he has recognized that there is GATE exam and suddenly he prepared, and he has prepared all the basics first. At least he could qualify for the GATE exam. So in this way, so why are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? If you are in a panic situation, definitely students, you should start preparing for GATE. If you are preparing for GATE, I will tell you GATE is the only exam where you can prepare in the college itself. You need not to waste some time because you can attempt this exam in third year and final year. And remember, my dear students, in the third year itself, you have secured a better GATE score. Even at the time of your placements, your CV will be highly rated because of this GATE qualification. And you will have a lot of confidence to get your best. So remember the importance of GATE exam, students. So sometimes I will make you to understand actually what is the importance of GATE exam. People don't know. See, I have seen in Andhra Pradesh also, most of the people, students are interested in foreign universities also. But remember, my dear students, GATE is also the gateway for the top universities in foreign with almost 100% scholarship. I'll give you one such example is National University of Singapore. If you have some time, just go through that. And even if you are getting admission in IIT also, if you really want to do foreign universities MS, in IITs also there is a student exchange programs. Through these programs, you also can secure MS from the foreign universities. So there is a lot of advantage, PSUs, social status, everything. There is a lot of opportunity through GATE exam. Some people might have feel very tough in intermediate after writing the JEE exam. They might have a dream. Sir, I should have studied in JEE, in IIT JEE, IIT Madras or IIT Bombay. Your dream was suddenly collapsed because you have not achieved that exam. But now, don't waste it that time. You have the another opportunity. That opportunity, please utilize, students. If you can utilize this opportunity, definitely you will be success. Remember, students, social status. If you are doing engineering from IIT or NIT, there you will understand the real engineering meaning or real application of engineering. If you see the startup companies, most of the people are from IITs. Why? If you are really interested in management also, there is a course in NITI Mumbai where engineering with management course with highly rated packages is there, my dear student. So please grab this opportunity to write the GATE exam. Definitely your success is on your way. So let us start the question, students. Sometimes I will be excited to tell you the truth, my dear students. So here, what is the question here is, based on the grain size distribution analysis, the D10, based on the grain size distribution analysis, the D10, D30 and D60 values of a given soil are 0.23 mm, 0.3 mm and 0.4 mm. So here beautiful thing what you have to observe. See students, D10 is how much students? D10 value is given as 0.23 mm. So D30 is how much students? D30 is 0.30 mm. And what is D60? D60 is 0.41 mm. So when I talk about these students, when you talk about D10, D30, D60, sir, first of all, tell me what is D10, my dear students. Students, when you are writing some coefficient, you should understand what actually it is mean. D10, see students, it is nothing but the sieve size. Srujana, are you there? So what is D means? It is the size of the sieve, where 10% passing. If you talk about D30, it is the size of the sieve where 30% is passing. If you talk about D60, it is the size of the sieve where 60% passing, and we call only D10. Srujana, very good answer. We call only D10 as effective size. Remaining we call it as the size of the sieve. So it is evident, students. So from this, if you see here, if you see the sieve sizes, what are the sieve sizes, sir? 0.23 mm, 0.30 mm, and 0.4 and 1 mm. See student, these values are between 4.75 mm and 0.075 mm. Whatever these values lies between 4.75 mm and 0.075 mm. So it is evident, my dear students, it is evident that it is a sand. It is clearly evident because on the particle size distribution curve, we know that whatever the soil which is grabbed between 4.75 and 0.075 mm, it is absolutely sand, my dear students. So here we confirm that it is sand. But here, my dear students, he is talking about well-graded sand or poorly graded sand. See students, if you want to talk about clay or silt, when you want to talk about clay or silt, you should have an idea on the plasticity characteristics, that is either liquid limit or plastic limit or plasticity index. If you know those values only, we can talk about the clay or silt. But here it is clearly given in the problem that they are D30, D10. So Srujana, are you agreeing me that it is sand? Agree, sir? How many of you agree that it is sand? Please comment. So here, if you see the sieve sizes, it is evident that it is sand. Now, my dear students, let us calculate Cu. What is Cu? Cu is nothing but the coefficient of uniformity. What is Cu, sir? Cu is nothing but the coefficient of uniformity. So here when I talk about coefficient of uniformity, Cu is given by the value D60 upon D10. Cu value is given by what, sir? It is given by the value D60 upon D10. Agree? Now here, what is the value of D60, sir? D60 is 0.41 and D10 is 0.23. So here Cu is taken as 0.41 divided by 0.23. What is the value of 0.41 divided by 0.23? Anyone quickly, my dear students? It is around it can be 1.7 is 161, right? 1.77 or something. Just tell me what is the value, students? I'll just do it for you. 0.41 divided by 0.23. So it is 1.78. The value is 1.78. Very good, Srujana, very good. Sir, see, I told you clearly, for any soil, for well-graded soil, for well-graded sand, do you remember, my dear students? For well-graded sand, Cu should be greater than what I told you. Do you remember, Srujana? For well-graded sand, I told you Cu value should be greater than 6. But what is the value you have observed here? It is 1.78. So I clearly told you, my dear students, if any one of the condition, if it is not satisfying this condition, then it is completely poorly graded soil. Then it is poorly graded. So the answer here is poorly graded sand. Agree? So I told you in the previous sessions, if any one of the condition of CU or CC is not satisfied, then we treat that soil as poorly graded. Agree, my dear students? I hope you are clear. Very good, very good. Now see, students, a soil has a liquid limit of 20 percentile. What is the soil is having? Liquid limit of 20 percentile and a plastic limit of 15 percentile. What is this, sir? A soil is having a liquid limit of 20 percentile and a plastic limit of 15 percentile. So when I solve this problem, solution here, what is IP? IP is nothing but the porosity index. It is given as liquid limit minus plastic limit. So what is the value of IP? IP is nothing but liquid limit minus plastic limit. So my dear students, what is the value of liquid limit? 20 percentile. What is the value of plastic limit? It is 15 percentile. So what is the value of IP? What is the value of IP, my dear students? Very good, very good. So it is 5. So when you tell that, here comes the logic, my dear students. I told you yesterday in the previous sessions, when the IP value is between 4 and 7, when I told you when the IP value is between 4 and 7, what is the type of the soil it can be? There exists a dual nature, my dear students. Important point is when the IP value is between 4 and 7, there exists a dual nature of the soil. The dual nature of the soil will exist. That means a soil can have clay nature and a soil can have silty nature. Okay? But what is the value of liquid limit? Liquid limit is 20 percentile, my dear students. If liquid limit is 20 percentile, this value is less than 35 percentile, my dear students. Liquid limit is less than 35 percentile. So here it is evident that it is low compressible. When liquid limit is less than 35, it is low compressible. When liquid limit is between 35 to 50, it is intermediate compressible. When liquid limit is more than 50, it is highly compressible. So it is clearly evident as it is less than 35, it is low compressible. So here we can write it as the option C, Cl and Ml, because as IP value is between 4 and 7, it has the dual nature of clay and silt, and from that we are evident it is also low compressible. So the option is correct. I hope you are clear. Now see, students, until now we have discussed up to soil classification. So in the coming sessions I want to start the permeability topic. But in permeability, to understand the permeability, the summary of all the chapters are required, because I will quickly go through each and every chapter, because to understand the permeability very clearly. So if you talk about the first thing is properties of soil, we have studied, my dear students. I have given you summary also 2 times. So when I talk about properties of soil, my dear students, you should be aware of the important formulae. Sir, you can take this as a screenshot. Sir, how many of you are following this? See, students, I will give you a small idea. When I talk about the important formulae, sir, see, I have quite a common question in offline or online. Sir, it is very difficult to remember the formulas. In soil mechanics, what is the challenging part? Everyone will ask me is, sir, there is a lot of formulas. How can I remember? There is a simple topic, there is a simple solution. Take a screenshot and put it in your mobile as a screensaver, or you put it as a status. Why? Because students, nowadays without mobile no one is living. So you keep on seeing that mobile, at some time you will remember the formula. Simple logic, students. So let us see what are the important formulas. We are at the properties of soil. Void ratio, that is volume of voids upon volume of solids. And you can just take the screenshot. That is the reason I am writing very closely. Air content, volume of air upon volume of voids, degree of saturation, volume of water upon volume of voids, porosity, volume of voids by total volume, and you can write air content plus degree of saturation is equal to 1. Percentage of air voids, volume of air upon total volume. Now don't ask me, sir, what is E? You will ask me what is E? E is nothing but the void ratio. E is nothing but the void ratio. AC is the air content. Okay. What is SR? SR is the degree of saturation. Na is the percentage of air voids. And here, my dear students, see the important formulas. E is equal to water content to G upon SR. Gamma is equal to gamma W into G plus E into SR upon 1 plus E. Gamma D is equal to gamma upon 1 plus water content. Gamma D is equal to gamma W into G upon 1 plus E. Okay. Gamma D can also be written as gamma upon 1 plus water content. If you see the borrow, pit and fill problems also, V2 by V1 is equal to 1 plus E2 by 1 plus E1, or that is equal to gamma D1 upon gamma D2. So please write down all these formulas. I'll just give you 1 minute, 30 seconds. Just take a screenshot of it. I hope you are clear, students. Now see, students, when I talk about, very good student. Now see, when I talk about the properties of soil, these are the things, okay? In origin of soils and soil structure, it is a completely theory part, amma. Like they can ask you in origin of soils, see, which are the quite common questions. Which is the most fertile soil? You can write alluvial soils. These are the important, sir. They can ask you which is the most collapsible soil. This is the most collapsible soil. It is aeolian soils. What are the examples of aeolian? They can ask you. Sand dunes and losses. These are observed in desert summer. Sand dunes and losses are the type of soils which are observed in deserts. And similarly, they can ask you what is which soil. Name, see here, in soil structure, they can ask you this common question. Name the clay mineral. This is a previous gate question also. Name the clay mineral which is formed by, name the clay mineral which is formed by potassium ions. They can ask. Name the clay mineral which is formed by potassium ions. Can you tell me, Srujana, what is this answer, sir? The name the clay mineral which is formed by potassium ions is kalonite. Sorry, it is not kalonite. It is what, sir? It is elite. They can ask you which is the stable mineral. Okay, which is the stable mineral? Anyone, can you tell me which is the stable mineral, sir? If you talk about the stable mineral, then it is kaolinite. Okay. And they can ask you in which structure. Suppose they can give you honeycomb structure. This structure, honeycomb structure, where do you observe, in which type of soils, they can ask you. Honeycomb structure is observed in sands and silt. It is observed in where, sir? Sand and silts. Okay, so these are the important points, Amma. But actually in definition also there is a property called thixotropy, Amma. What is thixotropy? Is the phenomena of regain, the phenomena of regain of lost strength with the passage of time with no change in water content is known as thixotropy. And we have different types of structures like flocculated structure, dispersed structure. Flocculated structure is formed due to edge to face orientation. Dispersed structure is formed due to face orientation. So when you see in flocculated structure, it is formed due to attraction. So it has high shear strength and low compressibility and high permeability. The permeability is more because of the size of the void. Okay, I hope you are clear with this soil structure and origin of soils. Now when I talk about the index properties, okay, as I told you, in index properties, you should be clear with the first, the consistency limits. Okay, when I talk about the consistency limits here, students, when I talk about the consistency limits, I hope you will take the screenshot of all these chapters. In consistency limits, liquid limit is greater than, plastic limit is greater than, shrinkage limit. And you should be aware of this graph. You should be aware of this graph where I have shown you. This is liquid limit, this is plastic limit, and this is shrinkage limit. Here we call it as liquid state, and here we call it as solid state. Here it is solid, and here it is semi-solid, and here we have is plastic. This is plastic state. So here we call it at shrinkage limit, it is called dry volume. This is called dry volume. Now see students, here what you have to understand is what are the formulas for shrinkage limit. Shrinkage limit is given by the formula Ws is equal to E by G, or it is equal to 1 by Gm minus 1 by G, or it is also given by the formula W minus Wd upon Wd. This is from laboratory test, minus V minus Vd into gamma W into upon Wd into 100. So these are the formulas for shrinkage limit, which are very important. And we know shrinkage ratio is nothing but the VL minus Vd upon Vd upon WL minus Wd, or Vp minus Vd, not Wd, sir, Ws, and Vp minus Vd upon Vd upon Wp minus Ws. So, or you can write shrinkage ratio is nothing but mass specific gravity, that is equal to gamma D upon gamma W in dry state. This is also shrinkage ratio, and we call this as volumetric shrinkage, and this part is called what, my dear students? This is called the volumetric shrinkage. So here we have studied about the consistency limits and what are the different formulas for shrinkage limit and shrinkage ratio. These formulas are very, very important when you are solving the problem. And also we have studied about the indices, important indices. What are the important indices we have learned? Can you tell me? First we have studied about IP, that is plasticity index, that is liquid limit minus plastic limit. And we also have studied about shrinkage index, that is Wp minus Ws. And we also have studied about toughness index, It is equal to Ip by If. And here, my dear students, when I talk about the flow index, If is equal to W1 minus W2 upon log N2 upon log N1, log N2 upon log N1. And we also know, after studying this, we also have studied about liquidity index, that is W minus Wp upon Ip. And we also know consistency index, WL minus W upon IP. And we have studied that IC plus IL is equal to 100 percentile. And remember, activity ratio is given by the formula IP upon percentile C. Okay, and one more thing, students, they can ask you one theory question from index properties also, that is dispersion solution. What does dispersion solution contains is, dispersion solution contains 7 grams of sodium carbonate, 7 grams of sodium carbonate and 33 grams of sodium hexa metaphosphate. So please take this screenshot, student. So please take this screenshot for finding the different indices. Actually, see students, if you don't know how to calculate porosity index, actually when you are classifying the soil, it is very tough. So these are the indices which will help you to classify the soil. What is IP, porosity index? What is, sorry students, what is IS, shrinkage index? What is IT, toughness index? What is IF, flow curve? What is IL, liquidity index? And what is IC, consistency index? I hope you are clear with these important formulas related to the index properties. Now coming to the soil classification, what are the important things you should see, students? When you are attending the permeability class, you should have at least idea of this, then you will be very easy to understand the permeability topic. So when I talk about soil classification, students, here the most important part, gravel is represented by G, sand is represented by S, silt is represented by M, and you can say organic soil is represented by O, clayey soil is represented by C. And when you see the particle size distribution curve, we have D60 by D10 is taken as coefficient of uniformity, which will give you about the particle size range. We have CC, that is coefficient of curvature, that is D square 30 upon D60 into D10. Okay, these are the important formulas related to the particle size. One talks about the range of the size, other talks about the shape of the curve. I hope you are following, students. Srujna, are you following? Okay. Srujna, I think you are from JNTU Narsarapet. You can share to your friends. If they are really interested, they can also watch these videos, which will help them for their GATE preparation. And see, here you are having D60 upon D10 and CC is D square 30 upon D60 by D10. And one is coefficient of curvature and CU is what? Coefficient of uniformity. And here when I talk about the other important thing, see students, here we have the equation of A line. So IP is equal to, what is the equation of I line? 0.73 into liquid limit minus 20. This is the equation of A line. Remember, my dear students, if the liquid limit is less than or equal to 35, then we represent the soil as low compressible, and the liquid limit value is 35 to 50. We represent it as intermediate compressible, and when the liquid limit is greater than or equal to 50, we represent the soil as highly compressible. So based on the liquid limits, we are going to classify whether it is a low compressible, whether it is an intermediate compressible, or whether it is a highly compressible, students. So here, see students, they can ask you one more question. Suppose, see students, they will give you how the question in properties of soil, I will tell you. Calculate the percentage of air voids if degree of saturation is 30 percentile and void ratio is 1. Can you solve this question and quickly answer me? It is a very simple question. Calculate the percentage of air voids if the degree of saturation is 30% and the void ratio is 1. Okay. See students, whenever you are talking about this problem, what is the percentage of air voids? Na is equal to what? Porosity into air content. If you know this problem, it is a single step. How easily we can do in 2 steps, I'll tell you. You know air content plus degree of saturation is 1. If degree of saturation is 30% means it is 0.3 and air content value will be equal to how much, sir? Air content will be equal to 1 minus 0.3. So here it will be equal to 0.7. So here you got air content as how much? 0.7. And what is the void ratio? 1. So you know porosity is equal to E upon 1 plus E. So that will be equal to 1 plus 1. Then it is equal to 1 by 2. So here you can write porosity is equal to N is equal to 0.5. So percentage of air voids is how much, sir? 0.7 into 0.5. So it will be 0.35. As it is a percentage, you will write it as 35%. Am I correct or wrong? Is this clear? So in a single line step, we can do this. Or if you follow the basic procedure. So see students, they have given degree of saturation is how much, sir? Volume of water by volume of voids is how much, sir? It is 0.3. So volume of water is equal to 0.3 into volume of voids. Suppose if you have, they have given you void ratio. Void ratio is 1. That means volume of voids upon volume of solids is equal to 1. So here you can write volume of voids is equal to volume of solids. Yes or no? Yes or no, my dear students? So here what I can write, total volume is equal to volume of voids plus volume of solids. And here you can write volume of voids can be written as volume of air plus volume of water plus volume of solids. Yes or no? Yes or no, my dear student? Here you have written volume of voids is equal to volume of solids. Okay. So from this you can also write. Here you can write another thing. If I write volume of voids is how much, sir? Volume of solids. So volume of solids plus volume of solids is V. So volume of solids will be equal to V by 2. And volume of voids will also be equal to V by 2. Now see students, volume of voids means what? Volume of air plus volume of water is equal to volume of voids. That is equal to V by 2. Here volume of water is how much? 0.33. So volume of air will be equal to how much, sir? If it is 0.33, volume of voids will be equal to how much, sir? Volume of voids minus volume of water is how much? 0.33 VV. 0.3 VV. So volume of air will be equal to 0.77 voids. Yes or no? Yes or no, my dear students? Very good. Now see, percentage of air voids is volume of air upon total volume. So here volume of air is how much? It is equal to 0.7 VV. It is equal to 0.7 VV upon total V. But what is VV? VV is nothing but V by 2. So if I substitute here 0.7 into V by 2 upon V. So V cancel. You can write 0.7 by 2 as 0.35. So see how many steps have been done. See how many steps have been done to solve this problem. But how easily we can solve with the shortcut. With one line we can solve the problem. I hope you are enjoying the session, students. In the next session, my dear students, I'll be discussing about the most important topic, and I'm expecting a question in this year, my dear students. On that topic, I'm expecting next year GATE 24 exam. I'm going to expect a question from permeability. So if you want to see, my dear students, this is our toppers list. Like most of the students are more interested in the toppers. But one thing I would like to tell you, my dear students, the quality of IMS GATE Academy is how many students have taken the GATE coaching. Out of 100, almost 70% of the students are qualified. That is a huge achievement, because if you see the achievement, the qualification mark in GATE exam, out of 100, hardly 18% will be qualified. But with IMS GATE Academy, who has enrolled with us, they are almost 70% qualified, because we have a stringent plan for this. My dear students, if you are really interested for GATE exam, so as part of the IMS GATE Academy, we are giving a free 100 plus hours of coaching, free coaching. You can just visit our IMS GATE India GATE Academy and visit the site GATE Zero Fee program. There you will get 100 plus hours, 12 chapter tests, 6 subject tests, and 6 past GATE papers. Apart from this, my dear students, if you see at IMS GATE Academy, we have provided, proudly we can say, we are the only institute which is offering online and offline GATE coaching. My dear students, offline will always have a higher advantage. We are offering the offline GATE coaching at Vijayawada, especially at Ben Circle. In Vijayawada, we are the only institute. We are offering the offline coaching. And in Bangalore, we are offering the offline GATE coaching at Jayanagar. If you want to really inquire with us, if you want to meet the mentors, you can directly in contact with the mentors. Here we have an excellent program in IMS GATE Academy, and it has proven success. How we have achieved that 80% of or 70% of qualification is we are monitoring the students like one-to-one mentorship. So we guide the students in the right direction. We have a concrete preparation plan for the entire 9 months, and we understand what is the student's strength and what is the weakness, how that weakness can be converted into strength. These important topics we will be taking care. Apart from this, we are also having the revision classes, and we also have a doubt solving portal, my dear students. If students are facing any challenging problem, immediately they can post the doubt in the doubt portal, and that doubt will be answered within 24 hours of time, my dear students. So if you talk about the Vijayawada, this is our contact number. Nagpur, please write down, and other cities, and also we have at Bangalore here, my dear students. So my dear students, if you are really interested for Vijayawada, you can contact this number, students. I am again repeating, 7702918777. This is the contact for Vijayawada Center. I hope you are enjoying these sessions. And again, my dear students, please watch our videos. And if you are really interested, please share these sessions. It is a really boost up for all the mentors in IMS GATE Academy. And we always here to help you in every aspect to achieve our goal. Thank you.